Hey, greetings everyone. So glad to be here with you. So in the first in one of the lectures I was discussing about the percentages. Here I'm continuing the application of percentages. In that lecture I mentioned that so applications of percentages include profit loss. Of course, profit loss, when I mean profit loss, discount, markup, all of that. So that's what I mean by saying profit loss. Then we also said that okay, it has its application in SICI, especially more so in the area of compound interest. Then we also mentioned that there already now it has its applications in data interpretation as well. So here I am with one of the application chapters on it. So pretty important why you were taking these particular lectures is they have both direct as well as indirect impact on some of the things that we are kind of trying to do out here. Right? If you look at this, okay, there might be some direct questions, all right, based on profit and loss, right? And there would be some virtually, all right, now that's application questions based on data interpretation as well, right? So if there is a case on data interpretation with about 3, 4, 5 odd questions and built on the profit or the loss that the company is making, or the departments of the company, or the utilities or the of the company that they are making. So it all depends on your understanding and the working of the profit and loss. So what we focus upon, two things. We'll quickly try and understand what are the inherent concepts. And there are two major ways to work on this particular concept, right? One through the multiplier approach, the second one through the ratio approach. So if you ask me, so what is the essence? Probably I'm going to deal with cover these two important aspects. Once you understand that, okay, so these are the two easier ways to deal with it. One, my understanding of multiplier should be clear. The second, my multi understanding of the ratio should be clear. In a sense, if from the perspective of profit and loss. Now, I don't want you to refer it back to the ratios chapter. Okay, I need to do my ratios chapter before I come here. Absolutely not, right? The bare minimum, the application perspective. If I understand the basics of ratio, then what is the impact of it in the profit and loss chapter? That's what we are kind of trying to understand out here. All right, here we go. Let's get started on that note. Let's understand. Okay, so what are the things? Now, what you should know before this? As I quickly kind of mentioned, one, so yes, you should have gone through the basics of percentage, right? That's one. Second one, I think by today you should be ready with percentage fraction equivalent. What I meant by percentage fraction equivalent, we meant that okay, 1 by 2 corresponds to 50%, 1 by 3 corresponds to 33.33%, so on and so forth, right? This is another aspect that we are kind of talking about, right? That's the second part, right? And the third one, coming to the third aspect of this, is your understanding of the multiplier. Hey, where did we use the multiplier? We used when there was a percentage increase or decrease. If there is a number x, I said that, hey, why don't you increase this particular number x by 20%? Increase this by 20%. From the multiplier perspective, this is how you went on to write it. 20% fraction form is 1 by 5, right? Therefore, the multiplier for this 1 by 5, keep the denominator 5 as it is, all right? And then you added 5 plus 1, which becomes 6. Therefore, x times of 6 by 5 is my final value. If my initial value is x and I said that, hey, why don't you increase this x by 20%? All I got to do is I got to find 6 by 5 times of x. On the other hand, same x, if I say that, hey, why don't you decrease this by 20%? Right, and tell me what would the resultant be, right, if we decrease by 20%. What did we say? We looked at this, so we said 20% is nothing but 1 by 5. The multiplier corresponding to this is 5 as it is, then 5 minus 1, we wrote it as 4. Then we attached this x back here. We said that, hey, this is going to be my final value. So what is my multiplier here? This is multiplier story is this, right? So if there is a percentage increase which is equivalent of 20, which is a decrease which is equivalent of 20%, fraction equivalent of 20% is this, multiplier equivalent of minus 20% is 4 by 5. This is what we primarily learned. This is one of the important things that we learned in the percentages chapter, right? And we also learned there that, hey, where this multiplier should be attached, initial value, the multiplier should always go alongside the initial value to arrive at the result called as the final value. This is the structure. From the structural perspective, this is what it is, right? Okay, let's keep these elements in mind. That's what I mean by, hey, knowing certain basics of percentage. Very importantly, knowing these two parts of the basics of percentage. One, the percentage fraction equivalent. The second, percentage change, that is using the multiplier approach. Okay, let's assume that, okay, we are good with these two aspects. All right, therefore, what is that? So let's first quickly understand what are these, each of these terms would correspond to. Of course, from class 7, class 8 onwards, you had a lot of orientation to these words. I will not take up much of your time. Quickly, to put to perspective, let me put it something like this. Let me take a number line for you. Let me take a number line. Somewhere here would be a 0 on the number line. I'm just writing a number line. So on the number line, let's assume that, hey, here is my cost price. Let's say this is the cost price. You mark it up. You brought commodity at some price. You mark it up. Say, for example, okay, 500 is the cost price of the item. You marked it up as 1000, which means you brought the item for 500. You marked 1000 on it, and say that, okay, you sold somewhere here. This is my selling price somewhere here. You settled in between that on the number line. Say this corresponds to 800. We all know. All right, couple of terms from here. We all know that. Okay, so this is the gap between these two is nothing but the profit. All right, this is nothing but the profit. If you ask me, what is this profit? Sure, 300 rupees. Therefore, what is profit? Selling price minus cost price, right? From that perspective. Similarly, hey, what is the gap between these two terms? This is the discount. Hey, what is the discount offered? 200 rupees, right? 800 to 1000. So therefore, discount is a function of what? Mark price minus selling price. Right, that's a discount. Similarly, therefore, you might have calculated profit percentage. If there is a profit, we can calculate a profit percentage, right? Profit percentage from here. Hey, what is profit percentage? Profit percentage is nothing but selling price minus cost price divided by cost price into 100. You may be wondering, sir, we know all this, what that you are trying to do. Hang on, we'll come to that, right? Okay, so then similarly, discount. All right, now from here, discount. So therefore, discount percentage. I don't want the value of discount. What is the discount percentage? Mark price minus selling price divided by mark price into 100. Right? Sometimes there may be a loss in the transaction. Assume that, hey, what if instead of 500, this fellow went on to sell it at 400? What if this is this? Right? 400. Now he's making a loss in this venture. Naturally, this is the loss. This is the loss. Hey, therefore, how does the loss percentage look like? Therefore, loss percentage is nothing but cost price minus selling price divided by still cost price, my friends. It is still going to be divided by cost price into 100. Okay, what is that I want to communicate here? Okay, there is one more last aspect. Let me finish that as well. All right, there is another last aspect out here. Hey, what if, all right, now from cost price to markup, what is this gap I call it? I brought the item at 500. I marked it as 1000, right? What is this called? This is called as markup. Right, this gap is also called as markup. We call this as a markup here. Right, what is the markup? Of course, 500 rupees in this case. Then what is the markup percentage? If this is the markup, then what is the markup percentage? Let me call it as M percentage. Sorry, guys. Right, yeah, markup percentage. What is this markup percentage then? Markup percentage is nothing but mark price or listed price minus cost price, okay, divided by what? Divided by cost price into 100. Okay, now what I wanted you to notice here, why I was going through, because even before I get into the problems, there is one important thing I wanted you to notice. Nothing is calculated on selling price, right? Nothing is calculated against selling price. What do you mean nothing is calculated against selling price? Think about it. Profit is calculated with respect to cost price, function of. Denominator is the benchmark. I told you already in the percentages, denominator is the benchmark. Profit is calculated upon cost price. All right, then markup is calculated upon cost price. It is calculated upon cost price. All right, loss percentage is calculated upon cost price. Right, so three of them are calculated upon cost price, except one, the discount is calculated upon mark price. Nothing is calculated upon selling price. Okay, let me put this to perspective. All right, with respect to the way we learned the markup in the previous chapter, right? While we are dealing with the percentage, how did we deal there? We wrote something like this. Hey, initial value and the markup related with the percentage increase or decrease is equal to final value. All right, this is what we kind of spoke about right now here. Let's say, so now how we are relating this, how we are relating with this particular parameters thing. There are four parameters. Let me relate with all four parameters out here. Let me relate this with all four parameters. Okay, let me relate with profit first. How do I put it? Cost price. Cost price, markup related with profit. Markup related with profit is equal to selling price. Hey, what has happened here? Initial value got a name called as a cost price. Final value got another name called as selling price. Then you are relating this with the markup related with what? Profit percentage, because they would have said 20% profit, 10% profit. That's what you are trying to write out there. Fair enough. This makes a lot of sense, right? So it should. Then what about the loss here? How do you relate the loss? Same. Cost price, markup related with loss is also equal to selling price. All right, that's also equal to selling price. That is how you could have written on the other side of the spectrum. Similarly, hey, let's say that okay, hey, what about the markup percentage here? All right, now markup percentage. All right, that is cost price multiplier related with markup. All right, is also equal to what? Listed price or mark price. Listed price or nothing but the mark price. And finally here, all right, now let's come to this mark price thing out here. So therefore mark price and the markup related with the discount leads to the selling price. So this is what primarily we learned in the percentage chapter as a markup. Look, already I can relate all of them. Hey, which are the four? All of them, basically these are the four primary terms I will have. Markup related with multiplier related with profit percent, multiplier related with loss percent, multiplier related with markup, multiplier related with discount. Now this is how these four things are related. What you got to be taking all it capture of? You got to take a capture of this. This is what is primarily one of the very important concepts in profit, loss, and discount, right? So once you're in control of this, trust me, there is no question which would take more than a minute. Most of the questions, simpler ones, will take just about 30 seconds to deal with, right? And some of them, which want you to run through the nitty-gritties of it, they should cost you about a minute's time, because your approach is clear. You are not simply writing, let that be 100, let this be 200. No, all that might not be required out there. So more often than not, you will be using this particular tool to deal with. There is second tool is on ratios. First, let's put this to practice on 2 or 3 questions, right? And then I will deal with the second tool. I will explain the second tool to you. I guess you are all following with me, right? You are following my discussion so far. Let me quickly check if there are any messages that you are posting on the comments. Let me check. If you have any comments out there, I will take up your comments from here. Great. Great. Sounds good. Hmm. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, here we go. Let's get started with the application. Great. Good going. Okay, here we go. So here we go. Let me do one of the simple application. Or let's do a drill. This is a drill basically. I'm not getting into the word problem. Let's do a drill. What is given to me? This column represents the cost price. This particular one column, first column is representing the cost price. The second column is representing either profit or loss percentage. Whenever you get a P, it's a profit percent. Whenever it's been mentioned as L, it's talking about the loss percent, right? And then so find the CP. So there are some question marks. If you look at the very first question out here, cost price is given to me, profit percentage is given to me, selling price has been questioned, right? So what we know about it, let me quickly do this working under this. We know that. All right, before I write the selling price, what is the working for us? Working is something like this. So cost price multiplier related with profit or loss, leads to selling price. Fair enough. Let's understand what does it mean to us. So cost price, do I know for my first question? Yes, it is 96. All right, that is 96. Hey, what is the multiplier related with profit? Here it is. Multiplier related with profit is 37.5%. What does it mean to us? 37.5% is plus 3 by 8. A why plus? Plus stands for a profit. Therefore, this is a fraction related with 37.5%. What is the multiplier related with 37.5%? Therefore, it is nothing but 8 plus 3, 11 divided by 8. Right? This is the multiplier. Plug it in this place, 11 divided by 8. should become what? It should become selling price. Okay, therefore 8 one time and this is 8 12 times. Therefore 12 into 11, you are saying that 12 into 11, which is nothing but 132. That is the selling price in this case. If the cost price is 96 rupees and if I want a profit of 37.5%, then the selling price should be 132 rupees. Let's do another drill. Let's do another drill similar to that, just to understand that, okay, how multipliers are working out here. Okay, 27.27 percentage profit and the selling price is 72. He's asking that, hey, why don't you tell me the cost price? Guys, these numbers might not sound, or no, might not sound good, or at the 27.27, but these are pretty encouraging numbers, all right, because all these are very standard numbers, technically speaking, right? Yeah. Okay, 27.27%. What does it mean? So there is a loss of 27.27%. Therefore, you write minus 27.27 is nothing but 3 divided by 11, right? Because you know that 1 divided by 11 is 9.09%, 3 divided by 11 is 27.27%. Fair enough. What is the multiplier therefore? Therefore, the multiplier is 8 divided by 11. We know the multiplier story. This is the multiplier related with this loss out here. Fine. What we don't know here? The cost price. Let's say that the cost price is X. Let's say the cost price is X. Therefore, how do you write it? Cost price side. Now you are writing X on the cost price side. What is the multiplier related with loss? 8 divided by 11. What that has become? That has become 72. Simplifies 8 9 times. Therefore, the value of X is nothing but 99 rupees. So you are trying to say that, well, this is 99 rupees, right? Therefore, the cost price was 99 when the selling price is 72. So therefore, there is a loss of 27.27%. Next one. He's saying that, hey, why don't you tell me the profit or loss percentage from here? You can do it in any which ways out here. So if you want to do a profit percentage, you can say that profit divided by cost price into 100 is what I do. Absolutely fine. There is no problem about that. Hey, what is the profit here? You may say that, why didn't you write loss? Why did you write profit directly? Because we can see these numbers. Cost price is 105, selling price is 135. Therefore, there is a profit of 30 rupees upon an investment of 105 rupees. Okay, so from the fraction we can write percentage directly. Therefore, 15 2 times, right? 15 7 times. 2 divided by 7. So therefore, profit percentage is 28.57%. Right, there is a profit of 28.57%. I hope with this drill, you might have gotten into the perspective. You might have understood. Now, here is a question. So what I do is I'll just pause for about 30 seconds. Maybe I want you to understand I want you to understand the question, at least to read and understand the question. 30 seconds, I know is too much time. It should be 10 seconds. Yeah. But then from the learning perspective, I will give you about 30 seconds to read and understand this question. Go ahead, my friends. All right. Jimit, you are asking, Jimit Joshi, you are asking that, okay, make a video on what is markup price. Markup price is the listed price, right? You go to a shop to buy a commodity, there you find a listing on that, right? So that is nothing but the markup price. What has been listed on it is nothing but a markup price. Uh, okay, that's, say, for example, already you went to buy something, it is said that it is 80 rupees. It is marked up or listed price. Okay, that doesn't mean that, okay, you buy it at those same 80 rupees. You might ask for a discount, right? So that is quite likely that, okay, you might ask for a discount. So that's the point. That's a markup price I was talking about. Harsh Shah, you are asking for videos on MHCET. Sure, I will pass on this particular recommendation. Right, there is another team which is working at the back end. So all right, so once the back end that's set, so definitely we will try and make certain videos on MHCET as well. Certainly we'll do that. Okay, fine. Let's continue with this. Let's try and understand. While selling an article at 150, there is a loss of 20%. At what price should it be sold to gain 33.33%? Pretty simple question. What most of them do in this particular question is they will try and find out what would be the cost price therefore, right? So not required, my friends. Put it to perspective first. Selling price of an article, selling an article at 150, which means 150 is the selling price. What is the loss made? 20%. Right now, let us put it to perspective. Selling price is 150. How do we write the selling price? We write like this: cost price multiplier related with profit or loss is equal to selling price. Hey, where is the selling price? Here, write it under that 150. What is the cost price? Let us write it as X. If you want to write, you can write it as X, no problem. No, I will write cost price of CP itself. That is also fine. That can CP be taken as a variable? What is wrong about it? You can write it as CP itself there. Right, CP. Yeah, what is the multiplier? 20% loss. 20% loss is minus 1 by 5, which is 4 by 5. That's a multiplier. I want to capture it here. That is the first statement. Fair enough. What is the second statement? At what price should it be sold? Again, he is asking selling price to gain 33.33%, which means he's saying that can you tell me the new selling price? Let me call it as X. Say he's asking that you tell me the selling price. At what price should it be sold? He's saying you tell me the selling price, so that there is a gain of 33.33%. What is the gain of 33.33%? 1 by 3. So 1 by 12 plus 1 by 3. Therefore, what is the multiplier? 4 by 3. So therefore, you say that, hey, multiplier should sit on which side? Cost price. Did the cost price of the commodity change? Absolutely not. Therefore, second piece of information, cost price multiplier related with that cost of profit, that is 4 by 3, is equal to X. Now, what do I have, my friends? I have two equations. There is one equation, there is a second equation. What did I do? I just know this. This is all I know. So I know this. I just put two statements under that wallet from that perspective. I wrote two equations. Whenever you have two equations, you can add them, you can subtract them, you can multiply them, you can divide them. Whatever you do on the left hand side of the equation, you better do the same thing on the right hand side of the equation. Fair enough. I see a lot of benefit by dividing them. So which means I divide the left hand side, then you better divide the right hand side also. If you are dividing the left hand side of the equations, you divide the right hand side of the equation as well. So that's what you are trying to do. What happens here? Cost prices cancel. 4 and 4 are cancelled. Now you are trying to say that simplified form 3 by 5 is equal to 150 divided by X, right? Yeah. So therefore 3 one time, therefore this is 350 time. X is equal to 50 into 5, which is nothing but 250. That is the new selling price. He said that, hey, what price should I sell? All right, now you are saying that, hey, sell this fellow at rupees 250. You sell it at this price, you will make the desired profit. See, look, all right, now what happens sometimes is just because we don't apply the concept effectively, we end up finding the cost price. We'll be very curious. After reading the first sentence, selling an article at 150, there is a loss of 20%. Oh, after reading this sentence, what we all end up kind of doing this. So we'll say that, hey, let me find out what is the cost price. Author is just not interested in the cost price. He wants another selling price, right? One selling price is making a loss. He's interested in tell me another selling price. You don't have to do that. All you got to do is what? Represent his thoughts. You represent what has been said. Rest automatically follows. It's a very powerful thought. Using the multiplier related with profit, loss, or discount is a very, very powerful thought, which definitely this approach would save a lot of your time, right? So that's something probably you got to keep it in your mind. Let's go to the next one just to understand from that perspective. Let's take a look at this question. Take a look at this question. 15 seconds. Just read it, understand. Right? Okay. A vendor bought 6 hairbands for rupees 10. How many hairbands should he sell for the same rupees 10? So which means 10 rupees what he is looking at. He buying at the 10 rupees, selling also at 10 rupees, such that he makes a profit of 20%. There should be a 20%. Therefore, what is the quantity to be sold? So, all right, the very first thing that comes to the mind is what? Whenever we generally say that, hey, vendor makes sell 6 hair, buy 6 hairbands for 10 rupees. First, we'll find what is the price of each hairband. So that's the first important. We'll find 10 by 6. Okay, this is the cost price of each hairband. Then we'll say that, hey, how much profit you want? 20%. We'll start busy finding the 20% of this. Hey, hang on, don't do that. That's not the way. So we understood how we need to approach this particular one. Let's see that. Okay, what is it saying, trying to say? Represent this thought, represent this thought, blandly represent that particular thought. Cost price of 6 hair bands is equal to 10 rupees. This is what author tried to say. What is CP there? This is the cost price of each hairband. What is that CP? Understand this. CP is nothing but the cost price of each hairband. What is 6 here? Quantity. It's something like price and quantity. What I'm saying is I'm writing this as a price. I'm writing this as a quantity. Price into quantity is equal to amount. That is how you paid this 10 rupees. Don't be bothered about what is the cost price of each hairband. That may not be required for me. Therefore, I am saying that price is CP. What is the quantity is buying? 6. All right, very good. Then what is he saying? Second statement, sells 10. All right, now here how many hair brands he should sell all right for the same rupees 10. Selling price of each hairband, SP. You can write X and Y also. Can I say that CP of each hairband is X, selling price of each hairband is Y? Absolutely fine, but that is not required. Let us write CP and SP so that it becomes easy to connect. Okay, that's what we are trying to do. Therefore, selling price of each hairband, SP you are writing. What is the quantity? That I don't know. All right, that's what I want to find out. So what is that they are paying? Rupees 10. Right, which is nothing but rupees 10. Fair enough. So what do you do on this? So again, you have two equations, two variables. So one, you can find the ratio, not required. Hang on, look, there is a profit of 20%. Right, profit of 20%. Substitute for this selling price. If there is a profit of 20%, see, this is what you do. Cost price, markup related with profit or loss is nothing but the selling price. So 20%. What is this 20% we are talking about? 20% is a profit. Therefore, multiply related with 20%, we all know by now, which becomes 6 by 5. 6 by 5, because the fraction related with 20% is 1 by 5. Multiply related is 6 by 5. Apply it here. Therefore, cost price multiply related with that is 6 by 5 becomes how much? What? Nothing but the selling price. So this selling price is precisely here. These are the same two selling price. Therefore, substitute for this. I will substitute 6, say cost price 6 by 5 times 6 by 5 times nothing but this selling price, and there is another X here, so this is becoming rupees 10. All right, this is what I mean by the rupees 10. Now you have two equations. Once again, you want to write the second equation, copy it down, no problem. Copy this down. Right, there is a cost price. How many items? 6 items is equal to how much? That is also equal to rupees 10. Right, so both are equal to rupees 10. Now, as usual, earlier you have two equations, two variables, resolve them. So if you are dividing left hand side, divide the right hand side. When you divide, it becomes 1 by 1. Right, so here CP cancel, not interested. 6 6 cancel. Therefore, you are trying to say that X by 5 is equal to 1 by 1. In other words, X is equal to 5. Simple, very very simple. You don't have to find out what is the cost price of each article. You don't have to find out what is the selling price each article. All that is not required. You will simply say that I sell 5 pieces. All you got to do is what? Just write down that part of information and apply this very very important thumb rule, that key. All right, apply this key. All right, it makes your problems appear much more easier. Okay, second concept. Let's try and focus on the second concept here. What did we talk about? The second concept, the importance of ratios. All right, in the profit and loss, the importance of ratios. Let's take a look at this. All right, let's take a look at this first understanding. What does it mean by this? Right, the cost price by, let me explain the first one clearly. Cost price by selling price is equal to 3 by 4, which means is this: if the cost price is 3 rupees, then selling price is 4 rupees. Right, that's what it means to us. Cost price is 3 rupees, then selling price is 4 rupees. Then what is the profit on this particular scale? Then what should be the profit? Profit is 4 minus 3, selling price minus cost price, which is equal to 1. Fantastic, brilliant. Therefore, according to this, what is the profit percentage? Profit percentage is profit divided by cost price. Profit divided by cost price. That is the profit percentage. 1 by 3. Therefore, you say that if the profit is 1, what is profit percentage? 1 by 3, which is nothing but 33.33%. Right, now what did we do here? It's a prototype. Now you may question that, hey, is the cost price is 3 and 4. You may say that, hey, if the ratio is 3 and 4, actual values will be 3x and 4x. No problem, you write 3x and 4x. Already your answer will still not change. Then you will say that cost price is 3x, selling price is 4x. Therefore, already now 4x and 3x, you will say that 1x. Here also you would have come 1x and 3x you would have written. So this x and x gets cancelled. See, these are abstract problems. Percentages are technically abstract abstract in nature, means this x has no relevance, right? This absolute values have no relevance. So even had you written that x, ultimately you would have come and cancelled it. I want you to carry that orientation in your mind. Okay, you might have got the perspective by now. Let's understand. Hey, let's understand this. Let's go to this example just to understand it a little better. Profit is 3 by, right here I'm analyzing this, my friends, analyzing this. What is given to me? Profit is given to me, selling price is given to me, but what I want, profit percentage. Profit percentage means profit by cost price. Okay, let us find out what is the cost price. Therefore, what is the profit? 3. What is the selling price? 8. Therefore, what is the cost price? 5. The difference between these two numbers is the cost price, right? Selling price minus profit is equal to cost price, because you sold the item at 8 rupees, profit made is 3 rupees. Then what was the cost price? 5 rupees. Very, very simple. So therefore, what is profit percentage? Profit percentage is profit divided by cost price. What is the profit, my friends? 3 rupees. Right? What is the profit here? 3 rupees. What is the cost price here? 5 rupees. 3 rupees is the profit. Cost price is 5 rupees. 3 by 5, which is nothing but 60%. From fraction to percentage, I'm sure we all know how to calculate that, which is nothing but 60%. Right? Let's come here. Let's understand this last one. Let's come to the last piece here. Cost price by law, a cost CP by L is equal to 9 by 4. What is L? L stands for a loss there. Therefore, what is loss percentage? Great. Loss is given. Cost price is given. Hey, what is the cost price? 9. What is the loss? 4. Now you may say that let me find out selling price. Wait, not required. Why you want to find the selling price? Look at the stimulus. What you want? Loss percentage. Loss percentage means loss divided by cost price. Both are given. Loss you already ready. Cost price you are already ready. Not that okay, everything I want to find out selling price. No, just understand what are the elements required for you to answer the question, right? Okay. So coming here, therefore, what is loss percentage? Loss divided by cost price, that is 4 divided by 9. 1 divided by 9 is 11.11%. Therefore, you may say that this is 44.44 percentage, right? Something like that. So that's the point out here. All right, I'm sure already all of you are getting the perspective on this. Okay, yeah, let's now go to the word-based problem. Okay, this is the ratio approach, that is analyzing a ratio. Something has been presented as a ratio like this. Say something has been presented as a ratio. How do I analyze this particular ratio? If I can analyze that ratio, I will get my answer from here. Presented like this, how do I analyze this particular ratio? Now, therefore, some problems can be brought down to ratio, but can be brought down to ratio and then interpret that ratio to answer that question. Now let's understand what are those kind of questions which can be brought down to ratio. See, carrying the thought of okay, I can bring down some questions to ratio and tackle that thought process is important, right? Isn't it? Okay, let's understand this question. Let's take a look at this particular question out here. Oranges are bought at the rate of 6 for rupees 5 and sold at the rate of 5 for rupees 6. Find the profit percentage. See, sometimes, I don't know what people do. They will start finding what is the cost price of each orange. They will start finding what is the selling price of each orange. From there, all right, now they become all right now nasty fractions out here. If you see this, right, the cost price 6 for orange is this. All right, now they will watch the cost price per orange 5 by 6. This is the cost price per orange. It's not a great number, right? Yeah. What is the selling price per orange? All right, selling price per orange is 6 by 5. Then they will find out, hey, therefore, what is the profit per orange? From there, they will figure out all right, what is the profit percentage. Of course, I am not asking you to do this. It should not be done either, right? Okay, let's take a look therefore what we should be doing. So we should carry that orientation that this can be done by using the fraction approach. How? Let's figure out, right? What is he saying? The oranges are brought at the rate of 6 for rupees 5, which means cost price of 6 oranges is equal to 5 rupees. Now, what is the 6, my friends? 6, what is CP, my friends? CP is nothing but the price per orange. Hey, what is this 6 I am talking about, guys? This is the quantity. Price into quantity is nothing but what? Amount. Hey, what is this amount I am talking about? 5 rupees. That's what I'm saying. You end up paying 5 rupees out there. Same way, the next one. So you are saying that selling price. Call it selling price. How many quantity you are selling? 5. What is SP? Selling price per orange. SP. So what is the amount you collected? 6 rupees. Okay, now do what? All right, now simply go and figure out the ratio. That is what you could see right in front of you. It's a ratio approach. Just divide this. If you divide the left hand side of the equation, you better do the same thing on the right hand side of the equation as well. So therefore, you say that CP divided by SP is nothing but take this 5 to the other side and bring this all right now just cross multiply. What I'm trying to say is cross multiply them, Cross multiply. 5 into 5, 25. 6 into 6, 36. Now analyze this ratio. What is that you have? You have cost price, you have selling price. To figure out profit percentage, because author is clear, you find profit percentage. I need profit. Hey, what is the cost price? 25. What is the selling price? 36. What is the profit gap between these two numbers? 11. Therefore 11 rupees is the profit. Hey, therefore what is the profit percentage? 11 divided by 25. Right, so we all know 1 by 25 is 4%, 11 by 25 is nothing but 44%. There is a profit of 44% in this transaction. Right, okay, fair enough. All the time I'm hoping that okay, you are enjoying this. You are enjoying this, what we are trying to do here, ratio approach. So two important things: one, the multiplier approach; the second one is the ratio approach. These are the two very fundamental approaches, all right, which we follow in the profit and loss. All right, let's take another example. Take 10 seconds, follow this. 10 to 15 seconds. Read it. Read, understand. If you have any questions, put it in the comments. All right, good. All right, let's take a look. A merchant marks his goods such that the profit on selling 50 articles is equal to the selling price of 15 articles. Find this profit percentage. On the face of it, it sounds like, hey, isn't it a very critical question? Yeah, it's an exam question. Sounds very critical, pretty simple. All right, but the way, if you look at the way we are looking at it from the ratios perspective, this is one of the simple nuts. Let's take a look here. A merchant marks his goods such that the profit on selling, say, profit per item is P. What is this? Profit per piece. All right, whatever the goods he is selling, profit per piece is P rupees. How many articles he is selling? 50 articles. All right, selling 50 articles. That's an amount. All right, what is this has become? This has become an amount called X. All right, this has become an amount called X. All right, if you want to write the amount as A, write the amount as A. It's easy, right? Okay, that has become an amount equal to A. Now, this same amount, he says equal to, which means it is the same amount. All right, it is the same amount, or the same amount is also equal to what? This amount is nothing but selling price of 15 articles. Let the selling price of each article be SP. How many articles? Therefore SP into 5. Both are same. So therefore when I say that, all right, now profit made after selling 15 articles is equivalent of selling price of 15 articles. Yeah, that's what this fellow also said. All right, now that is what author is also trying to tell us. Put it to perspective, therefore profit divided by selling price is equal to 15 divided by 50. Simplified, 5 3 times, all right, 5 10 times. All right, 5 3 times, 5 10 times. So analyze this particular ratio. Profit is ready, selling price is ready, so you just have to make the cost price ready. What is the profit? 3 rupees. What is the selling price? 10 rupees. Therefore the what is the cost price? It should be 7. Out of 10 rupees, 3 is the profit. Therefore the 7 rupees is the cost price. Therefore what is profit percentage? You are making a profit of 3 rupees upon an investment of 7 rupees. 3 divided by 7, roughly about 42.85%. Right, yeah, so that is the percent, or that's a profit percent that the person is making. Very simple question, because anybody approaches this through a ratio approach, this is all you got to write. All right, so that all right, now you get the answer pretty faster and quicker. You don't have to get into let the selling price be this, let the cost price be this. You don't have to get into those approaches. Just understand how this entire undercurrent is working and figure that out. All right, let's go further, friends. Let us go further. Let's go further. Another concept, faulty weights. This is another concept which is predominantly questioned in the exams. Faulty weight. Just read this question. Take 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Read this question. Yeah, you have any comments? Put it in the chat. Right, here we go. Here we go. A grocer claims to sell his goods at cost price. However, he uses 900 grams weight instead of 1 kg weight. Find his percentage profit. Right. So here, all right, there are two things. All right. Now, so what is he doing? He says that, okay, I am not making, I don't want any profit. All I don't want any profit. It's a kind of, all right, I'm doing a social service. Whatever the price at which I'm buying the goods, I'm just all right now for a time pass. I'm just all right now. I'm giving it to, I'm giving you at the same price. But At the back end, what is he doing? He is using a weighing stone which is 900 grams, but on which it has been printed as 1 kg, or he calibrated the weighing machine in such a way that but the machine, although you put 900 grams of weight on the machine, it shows 1 kg. That's two things. So the actual, the weighing perspective, actual versus now what is been displayed or indicated, what is been displayed. There are two aspects to this, right? So actually you are putting 900 grams, 900 grams. What is getting displayed is 1000 grams, 1 kg, 1000 grams. There is a faulty machine, there is some wrong calibration which has been done on that. Okay, how do I represent this particular data, right? Grosser claims to sell his goods at the cost price. However, he uses 900 grams for a 1 kg of this. Now let's assume that cost price of 1000 grams. You may wonder from where you are writing this 1000 grams. Why not some other number? Because there are two numbers here. One is 900 grams, the other is 1000 grams, right? So because he's telling that I am selling 1000 grams. Therefore, right from that perspective, cost price of 1000 grams is equal to 1000 rupees, let's say. Whatever be this article, 1000 rupees, or you can write anything that you want. But what is he doing is he is selling price of 900 grams is also equal to 1000 rupees. That is what he is saying, because he is telling that, look, I am selling you at the same cost price. All right, I claims to sell his goods at the cost price. What is it for him? 1000 rupees. He says that same 1000 rupees you buy, but now to them he's also saying that, look, I am giving you 1000 grams. He's telling that I am giving you 1000 grams. But the point is he's giving only 900 grams. But the machine has been calibrated something like that. Already your machine is wrongly calibrated. You put the goods worth 900 grams on this, right? You are actually putting the goods, all right, which is actually worth only 900 grams here. This is only 900 grams, but the machine reads 1000 grams. All right, it says that, hey, already 1000 grams has been put, and he's collecting the price for those 1000 grams. That's what this man is trying to do. So therefore, the two equations, it's ready. That's a basic understanding. Cost price of 1000 grams, let's say 1000 rupees. Therefore, selling price of 1000 grams is also 1000 rupees. That is what he's trying to say. Now, left hand side, if you divide the left hand side of the equation, then divide the right hand side also. Now you got the ratios. What do you mean by you got the ratios? Cross multiply, take this out here and take this, bring this out here. Therefore you say that cost price by selling price is also nothing but 900 divided by 1000. 900 divided by 1000, which is nothing but 9 divided by 10. Analyze this. Therefore, if the cost price is 9 rupees, selling price is 10 rupees, therefore profit is equal to 1 rupee. Therefore, profit percentage is equal to 1 divided by 9, because profit is calculated upon cost price. 1 divided by 9, which is 11.11%. All right, which is 11.11%. Simple approach. All right, most of it boils down to ratio approach. Just figure it out that you put them back as the ratios and your issue is resolved well within a minute's time. A minute is much more time for these kind of questions, isn't it? Okay, let's take a look at this question. Let's take a look at this question on the faulty weights itself. On the faulty weight itself, because sometimes when you say that I will sell it at the same price, people may not believe it. So therefore, he's saying that, oh, give me a meager, very small amount of profit called 10%. That's what he's saying. He says that, hey, just I want 10%. But at the back end, he's cheating by giving 900 grams for 1000 k or 1000 grams, right? He's doing that cheating, but he's saying that I want only 10. I'm billing only 10% profit, right? But then what is the overall profit percentage therefore? Now listen to me, guys. Say he brought 1000 grams. Why 1000 grams? Because if he has to tell 1000 grams, so he should have brought 1000 grams. Let's say that cost price of 1000 grams, 1000 grams is equal to 1000 rupees. 1000 rupees. Now what is he saying here? Hey, selling price of how much you are keeping, man? Only 900 grams. But the customer is still thinking 1000 grams. Think about it. From the customer's perspective, he is paying for 1000 grams. All right, customer is thinking like this. Customer is thinking that this fellow is giving me 1000 grams, which he brought it at 1000 rupees. Which he brought it at 1000 rupees. For me, he is charging 10% profit on this, which means for me he is charging 1100 rupees. He's fine with it. All right, 10% profit is fine with it, because shopkeeper also has to survive. his family also has to survive. 10% profit is fine with it. All right, yeah, coming to this, therefore selling price. But the point is he giving 1,000 grams? No. Right now he's maintaining a faulty weight which reads only 900. When you put 900 grams, it starts showing 1,000 grams on the machine. He's already now he's cheating that way. So what you should record here, therefore selling price of 900 grams is equal to 1,100 rupees. This is what is happening there. Now two equations. All right, once you put these two equations to perspective, right, equate them, divide, you get it. Therefore cost price divided by selling price, cross multiply, bring this here, bring this here, you simplify them, right? In fact, 1,000 gets cancelled, you can cancel this, these two zeros get cancelled. Ultimately you say that this is as good as 9 by 11. Simple simplification, you get 9 by 11. What is that you are trying to say? Cost price, selling price, profit. Therefore profit percentage, cost price is 9 rupees, selling price 11 rupees, profit 2 rupees, because gap between them 2 rupees, profit percentage 2 by 9, all right, which is nothing but 22.22%, which is nothing but 22.22%. Beautiful way of doing the things. You just have to understand the statements properly and just write down these two lines. Okay, once you practice, you directly write these two lines. You don't have to do all this story on the other side, not required. You just write these two lines and this is what you are trying to calculate from there and you are sorted, right? So it shouldn't take more than 1 minute. I'd be surprised if it takes more than a minute. Once you practice, again, you can't say that without practicing, all right, now I want to write this. No, understand the method. Lot of questions boil down to ratio approach. Lot of questions boil down to the multiplier approach. Technically we have two important approaches so far. If you have followed me, so you would have realized that there are two important approaches. One is a ratio approach, the other one is a multiplier approach. Most of the problems have this as the undercurrent, right? All right, let's take another one. Let's take another one. So this time I will give you 20 or 20 seconds. Understand very clearly this particular problem, very similar to the previous one. Right? Okay. So now he says that, okay, hey, I'm giving you at a loss. Right? I'm giving it a loss. Assume that he's a fruit vendor. All right. The fruits are really, really ripened. Say bananas. All right. Bananas very ripened. Therefore, he's saying that, okay, look, I brought it at some cost price. Say that the cost price is 1,000 rupees. I brought this at 1,000 rupees. I am okay to give 10% loss because by tomorrow, all right, now he's telling the customer stories. All right, he's telling them by tomorrow this will be rotten. If you are making a juice or a milkshake, something, take it. All right, now you will take it. I will give a 10% discount. I will give a 10% discount on this. All right, I will give you at 900 rupees. Therefore, he's saying that I will sell the same goods at 900 rupees. How much is supposed to sell? 1 kg, because he brought 1 kg. He is supposed to sell 1 kg. That is what it's saying. But what is happening? He's selling only 700 grams. He's hiding something there. So why? But the machine, he's putting only 700 grams worth of bananas here. 700 grams. But the machine is happily reading 1,000 grams. Machine is saying, hey, it's already 1,000 grams. Customer, you pay for 1,000 grams. That is what machine is doing, right? Yeah, but it is not 1 kg, right? But for the customer perspective, it is 1 kg. But from the actually it is only 700 grams. So how do you put this to perspective, my friends? This statement, put this to perspective. Put this to perspective. That's all author is trying to say after reading. So you are saying that, hey, cost price of 1,000 grams, cost price of 1,000 grams is nothing but 1,000 rupees, rupees 1,000, right? Yeah. From the second one, what you are saying, hey, selling price of 700 grams, because actually you are giving only 700 grams. How much you are collecting for this? 900 rupees, right? Now, so easy making a profit in this transaction. Let's find out. Let's find out. Yes, of course. So divide the left hand side. Therefore, you should divide the right hand side. If you add the left hand side, you add the right hand side. If you multiply the left hand side, then multiply the left hand side. You divide it because that's what you get benefited. You know that in the profit loss chapter, ratio is one of the concepts. So if you want to get it as a ratio, you should divide. All right, that is the thought you are carrying now. Okay, therefore simplify this. After simplifying, you realize that cost price by selling price is nothing but 7 divided by 9. What did I do? Transferred all the numbers on one side, transferred all the numbers and simplify them. It simply becomes 7 by 9. So therefore, what you are trying to say, cost price, selling price, profit, profit percent, right? If the cost price is 7 rupees, Selling price is 9 rupees. Therefore, the profit is the difference between the numbers, which is 2 rupees. Profit percentage 2 divided by 7, which is nothing but 28.57%. That is the amount of profit he is making. But on the other hand, he is telling that I am making a loss of 10%. What a pitiful situation, right? He's saying that, okay, he's making a loss of 10%, but in reality, he's making 28.57% profit. Okay, you might have got a perspective on the faulty weights as well by now. There is one very important concept here. All right, when the selling price of two articles are same, this can be a part of your quant or sometimes the data sufficiency also. This is very important there. Okay, selling price of two articles are same. Listen to this very carefully, or at this proposition very carefully. What they say is selling price of two articles are same. Let me take some numbers for that perspective. Let me take that number, then let me write the generalization for this. There is an article 1, let's say some article, we don't know what is that, it's a different. There is another article, that is a article 2. The trader is selling these two articles. So from the selling price perspective, first article is sold at 96 rupees. Second article is sold at 96 rupees. Both articles are sold at 96 rupees. What is that I'm equating, my friend? Selling prices are equal. That's what I'm trying to say. Selling prices are same. Selling prices are same. Two different articles. However, on the first article, he made 20% profit. On the first article is sold at 20% profit. However, by selling the second article at 96, he made 20% loss. Minus stands for a loss. This is what has happened, right? Therefore, overall transaction, what happened? That's my question. This over. So my question is overall. All right, overall, what is the profit percentage or loss percentage, whichever way it is? Okay, let's work it out. Let's understand that, okay, this much is given. We can figure out further. Let's find the cost price of each article, therefore. How do you find the cost price of this article given these two? How do I find the cost price of each article? Cost price 20% multiplier for the 20%, you will say 6 by 5 because positive multiplier 6 by 5, which is equal to 96, right? 96. All right, therefore 6 one time, 6 times, right? You say that cost price is equal to 80. First case, cost price is 80. Fair enough. Second case, let's go to the second case. What about this? What about this? What will be the cost price here? Let's find out. Therefore, the cost price here is equal to cost price. What is the multiplier here, friends? Multiplier is minus 20%. So minus 20% means multiplier related with this becomes 4 by 5, which we already clear, is equal to how much? 96, right? Therefore, 424 times. Therefore, cost price is equal to 120. Cost price of this is 120. All right, let us write both articles put together. Article 1 plus article 2, complete business in the entire business. What happened? I'll let know both of them put together. What has happened? Let's figure out. Let's understand what happened in the entire transaction. Okay, we are ready with the cost price. Okay, let us put them together. Okay, yeah, what is the total selling price? Let's write 96 plus 96, all right, which is nothing but 192. All right, cost price, total cost price 120 plus 120, both were 120, right? Sorry, 80 plus 120. This was 80 here. 80 plus 120, which becomes 200. Now look at this. Your total cost price is 200. Your total collection revenue selling price is 192. What did you make here? A loss. How much is the loss? Rupees 4. You made a loss of rupees 4. Therefore, what is the loss percentage? Loss percentage is the loss amount divided by cost price into 100. 4 rupees is the loss you made. On what? On an investment of 200 rupees by this. All right. Therefore, you say that you made a loss of 2%. All right. You made 4 rupees upon 200. Therefore, upon 100, how much loss you are making? You are making, sorry guys, there is a loss of 8 rupees here. 8 rupees. So you are writing 8 here. Therefore, you made a loss of how much? 4%. Okay, 4% is the loss. So listen to this. All right. Therefore, can I summarize? This is one of the very popular concepts here. Whenever the selling price of two articles are same. Listen to me. If the selling price of two articles are same, selling price of article 1, A1 I am writing, is also equal to selling price of A2. And I don't know that value. What is that value? I don't know. I don't have to know either. So on first article, he made X% profit. X% profit. On the second article, he made X% loss. Minus, I'm right. On the second article, it cannot be X and Y. All right, now be mindful. It should be the same number. Then the net transaction, only this is the information given. That's it. Now resultant. Net transaction results, always results in a loss. This is the statement. Net transaction always results in a loss. Therefore, loss percentage is nothing but X square by 100%. Let X square by 100%. That is it. So if I knew this, so while I am doing this particular question, I would have ignored this 96. If the value is just a percentage, I would have ignored this. I don't need this fellow. I will ignore it. I would have just paid attention to this 20 number here. So therefore, I would have come back. There is a net loss here, and the loss is 20 square divided by 100%. I would have just calculated this. 20 square divided by 100%. What is 20 square? 400 divided by 100%. This is what I would have recognized there. 100 by this, which is nothing but 4%. Net transaction results in a loss. So therefore, what was not required? This number figure 96 wasn't required. All right, now here we said that selling price is same, which is 96 each. That particular figure wasn't required for us. All right, yeah, let's keep that in mind. Therefore, let's keep it in mind. But if I were to say that, tell me the loss value, or that what is the value, magnitude of loss, just like you said that rupees 8 is the loss, then you should have one value like that, 96 or whatever. Then you need that particular value. If otherwise, that is not required. Otherwise, that is not required. Correct? All right. Let's take a look at the question here. Let's take a look at this particular question. Having understood this, let's assume that you understood. Okay, so loss percentage is nothing but X square by 100%, right? Let's understand. Let's think that, okay, we understood this. Net transaction always results in a loss. This box is important. We understood this box. Let's keep this box. And now let's see all the question based on this. Question based on this. Two questions. What is the answer to part A? What is the answer to part B? We are talking about two questions here. Right? Yeah. Let's take a look at this question. Let's take a look at this question. Let's take 1 minute. I'll give 1 minute. At least figure out answer to one of the parts. Figure out answer to one of the parts. You can put the answer in the chat as well. Once you find the answer, you can put the answer in the chat. If it is convenient for you to type, put that in the chat. What is the answer for the first one? Part A you can put. Good. Very good. Let's take a look at this. So for the first part is the percentage, profit or loss percentage. Profit is ruled out. Anyway, already now we are making it. There is a loss here, right? Now loss percentage, profit is ruled out. Although he said profit loss, because answer options will be created in such a way that profit of this much percentage, loss of this much percentage, right? So they will put the numbers in that fashion. But we know that in this transaction, there is a loss, right? There is clear loss out here. So loss percentage. All right. Yeah. Second one, amount. Hey, what is the profit or loss amount? Anyway, there is no profit. Loss amount, which means you have to tell me the value. How much value is that? So for that, I need this. All right. Without that number, you will not be able to say, because is it 910 rupees or 9,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupee? Because you will get a percentage. You have to calculate that percentage upon a particular value, isn't it? Upon a particular value. Fair enough. Let's understand this. What is the answer to the first portion? Let's understand what is the answer to the first portion of this particular question. First portion is simple. Profit percentage is just a function of this 30%. Because on one there is a loss of 30%. On the other there is a profit of 30%. It is just a function of this 30%. Let's put it to the perspective. The first question. First question is there is a loss. And the loss percentage is X square divided by 100%. X square divided by 100%. That is 30 square by 100%. Right, which is nothing but 900 by this. There is a 9% loss. All right, there is a loss of 9%. That is minus 9. There is a loss of 9%. That is the answer to the first portion of the question. Coming to the second one, he says that, hey, tell me the amount, man. So now can I find 9% of 910? Therefore, when he says that what is the amount, should I find the 9% of 910? No, you can't do that. Hey, why I can't do that? Because 910 is the selling price, right? Selling price of each watch, right? You cannot sell, you cannot calculate on 910. You have to calculate 9% of the cost price. That's going to be your loss. All right. In other words, cost price minus selling price is also your loss. Cost price minus, sorry, sir, cost price minus selling price is also going to be your loss. Because you said loss, cost price would be anyway higher. Hey, what is the selling price? Selling price is 2 times of 910. All right, now, which is now all right, 2 times of 910, which is nothing but 1820. That is the selling price. You may say, from where you got this 1820? From here, cost price of selling price of each watch is 910. How many watches? Two watches. All right, there are two watches that this man is buying, right? So therefore 1820. Now therefore, what is that I am not sure about? Cost price of those two watches. If I put the cost price to perspective, I will get the loss, I will get my answer. All right, difference is nothing but my answer. What is that I am deprived of in this question? The cost price. Fine, let's find out. We already know that our fantastic tool, right? So we know that cost price multiplier related with profit or loss is equal to selling price. We know that. Hey, do I know the multiplier related with profit or loss? Why not? There is a loss of 9%. There is a loss of 9% here. You know that there is a loss of 9% in the transaction. Fair enough. Loss of 9% means what is the multiplier, my friend? Minus 9 by 100. Multiplier is 100 as it is in the denominator. 100 minus 9, which becomes 91. Therefore, you are ready with the multiplier. What is multiplier? 91 by 100. 100, that is the multiplier. All right, what is the cost price? I don't know. That is what I'm trying to find. Cost price only I'm trying to find. Hey, what is the selling price? Selling price is 2 times of 910. All right, this is the selling price, 1980. What is 1980? 2 into 9, 110. You are saying that, hey, why you are not writing 1820 2 times of 910? Because I can see 91 already, right? I'm already able to see that 91 coming in the picture. Life is simpler. 91 one time, 91 10 times. Right? Therefore, you are saying that cost price of both the articles, take this 100 to the other side. Cost price of these two articles is nothing but 2000. All right, 2000 is the cost of these two articles. Simple one. So you already know 9%. Use it. You don't have to go and find cost price of each item individually. Absolutely not. You just use your multiplier. That's what you learned at the beginning of the lecture. Use this. So you are saying cost price of both the articles is 2000. Out of 2000, 1820. All right, you brought them at 82,000. You sold them at 1820. Therefore, you are making a loss. All right, therefore, you are making a loss. The difference between these two numbers, which is 180 rupees. That's your answer. So how much profit or loss you are making in this transaction? You are saying that you are making a loss of 180 rupees in this transaction. Very simple one, elegant. So everything ultimately boils down to either that multiplier technique that we discussed or the ratio technique that we discussed. All right. Yeah. Couple questions, guys, and we are done. So because let's also introduce this word discount, because so far we didn't talk about that word discount. It works very similar to others, but then let's introduce this word. Let's talk from this perspective as well. Take 20 seconds, read this question. Right. Okay. To increase the sales. Right. Now, this person said that he announced a discount of 10%. Everybody likes it. When someone says that there is a discount, they like it. All right, they like it. That it kind of attracts the mind, right? Discount of 10%. If he sold a particular garment for 540 and still made a profit of 20%, right? Now, just by giving a discount, the shopkeeper does not make a loss, right? No, they should make a profit. They should be wise. They should be intelligent. They should make a necessary profit for their survival, no doubt. Therefore, by giving a discount, he's attracting the customer. He's not making a loss by giving a discount. Correct? Yeah, that's true. So that's what it says here. Hey, to attract the customer, he gave 10% discount. Then he's saying that he's making still a profit of 20%. Now look at this. After giving a discount, where do you reach? Selling price. So this is a number line. Let me just depict it on the number line just for clarity's sake. Let me put that on the number line. So somewhere here is the cost price. Somewhere here is the mark price. Somewhere here is the mark price. You brought the item, some price called as the cost price. You gave all it now, so you marked it as somewhere as the mark price. If you look my earlier example, this was 500 and I wrote somewhere here as 1000 in the beginning of my lecture. I said that, hey, somewhere here is my selling price. So which was 800, something like that. All right, something like that. Nothing to do with this question. I'm just giving the structure to you. So if I, by giving a discount, where do I reach? If I'm at the mark price, if I give a discount, where do I reach? Selling price. By giving a discount, I will reach selling price. By making a profit, by adding the profit, where do I reach? By giving a discount means subtract. By giving a discount, you are reaching selling price. By adding a profit to the cost price, where do you reach? Exactly called as the selling price. So therefore, the meeting point is selling price. Meeting point is selling price. Fair enough. Now let us write it to the perspective, my friends. What is the discount here? 10%. Now listen to this carefully. What did we learn there? Mark price. Mark price multiplier related with the discount is equal to selling. Similarly, cost price multiplier related with profit is also equal to selling price. In this case, the selling price will be equal. Okay, don't worry about this 500, 800,000 as the numbers. That was an example I illustrated in the beginning. Both are same here. So what is this? Selling price is going to be same. Okay, put it to perspective. So what is the mark price? All it knows. So mark price. What is the multiplier related with the discount? He's all multiplier related with the discount. Multiplier related with the discount is 10%. There is a discount of 10%. Therefore, multiplier is 9 by 10. 9 by 10. This is becoming how much? This is becoming 540. This is becoming 540. Why? All right, now so he sold a particular garment at rupees 540 and made a profit of 20%. Then find the markup value. All right, now sorry, that's not the 540. All right, now so he sold. So let's come in here. All right, so we will come in here. Yeah, okay. He sold a particular garment at 540. Let us come back to this particular statement, the second one. Alright, he sold a particular garment at 540 and made a profit of 20%. Okay, any which ways in this question, that was a redundant information. Okay, we need both mark price and the cost price to arrive at this. Let's quickly find the let's find what is the mark price. Therefore, let's go in here. Let's find the mark price. We were doing it right. Okay, so mark price into 9 by 10. What is that 9 by 10? 10% profit. 9 by 10 is equal to 540. What is this 540, my friends? Selling price. Right? The selling price in this case was 540. So I will get it from here. 9 60 times. Right? Therefore, mark price is equal to 600. From here, you say that mark price is 600. Very simple calculation. Coming to the cost price. Coming to this cost price. What is the multiplier related with profit? 20%. 20% means 6 by 5. 6 by 5. How much? 540. Right? Yeah. So therefore, you say that. All right. Now 6. 90. So therefore, you say that mark price is equal to 450. Right, sorry, cost price is equal to 450. Now what you are saying, find the markup value, not the markup percentage. What is the markup? Gap between these two values. In the sense, you brought the item at 450, you marked that particular item at 600, and then you sold that particular item at 540. This is the storyline here, right? Therefore, what is the markup? Markup is the gap between these two numbers. All right, gap between these two numbers, which is 150, which is nothing but my answer. Okay, if you just quickly put this to perspective, what is that we are trying to understand? Hey, if I quickly understand these two boxes, it's easy to deal with, work with these particular questions. I'm just signifying the most important parameter of being understanding the multipliers, which makes the questions that can be solved in very less time, because we are using the one of the effective tools called as the multiplier. All right, here is the one last question. Let's try one last question. 15 seconds. Read, just understand, then we will work it out together. We'll work this together. Okay, now this is an abstract question. Unlike earlier question, which was absolute, this was an abstract question. Gain percentage, nothing but profit percentage. Abstract means what? I can work with dummies. Simply put, abstract means I can work with dummy cost price, dummy mark price, etc. Let's understand this. So based on the previous question, by now you'd have understood this. Where is the culmination point? Selling price is the culmination point. That is mark price multiplier related with the discount gives me what? Selling price. All right, that's nothing but the selling price. The same selling price can also be obtained by saying that a cost price multiplier related with profit or loss. That also gives me what? Selling price. This also gives me selling price. This also gives me selling price. Just refer to the previous example. Already you understand that, okay, both of them refer to the same. So therefore I can equate both of them, because from the previous understanding you will be pretty clear. So what has to be done on this? So I'm do this. What is the discount here, friends? 25%. Therefore what is the markup? 3 by 4. So therefore multiplier related with the discount, because discount is 25%. Therefore you say that mark price into 3 by 4 gives me what? Of course selling price. But I'm not interested what is that price. I'm interested in the gain percentage if the discount is increased. For that I have to find out something on the cost price. Let's come back to this. Cost price. Cost price. What is the multiplier related with the profit? 25% profit. What do you mean by 25% profit? You write this as 5 by 4. All right, you this time you write this as 5 by 4. All right, say what is the ratio? Therefore mark price divided by cost price. I told you the importance of ratio in profit and loss. Therefore mark price divided by cost price, 4 and 4 cancel. Mark price divided by cost price is 5 divided by 3. Okay, what is this trying to tell? So we already analyzed this. We tried to put this to perspective. There is a cost price, there is a mark price. If the cost price is 3 rupees, then the mark price is 5 rupees. Now he's saying that, hey, I want a discount of 30%, man. I want a discount of 30%. Then what happens? Okay, this is not a nice scenario. 3 and 5 need not be the nice numbers to work with. So work with little better numbers. There is a cost price, there is a mark price, right? And then let us get a selling price. All right, with that we will be able to work it out little better. Fair enough. So what I do, just increase it. Let the mark price be 100. You may say that from where you are making this 100? Making 5 100 is simple. I just multiplied this by 20. You can multiply this also by 20, because it's a ratio ultimately. You may say that let this be 60. All right, therefore, all right, now that's a point out there. Case 1. Let us quickly write 2 cases out here. 2 cases not required, the case is enough. So now what is the selling price in this case here? 30% is the discount. Find the gain percentage. If the discount is increased to 30%, hey, give a discount of 30% from here, you will reach the selling price. What is the discount? 30%. 30% discount on 100 is 30 rupees only. Therefore the selling price is 70 rupees. Now therefore what is the profit percentage? Good. Cost price I know, selling price I know. What is the profit? Therefore profit is 10 rupees. Therefore profit percentage 10 divided by 60. Profit divided by cost price, 10 divided by 60, 1 by 6, which is nothing but 16.67%. There is a profit of 16.67%. Nothing doing, my friends. You just had to understand this and plug the multipliers into this. Had you just plug the multiplier, you would have got this question within no time span. Right? Okay, I hope all of you appreciated what is happening. 2 important tools I spoke about. So 1, making use of the tool called as multiplier. Multiplier related with profit, multiplier related with the discount, multiplier related with loss, multiplier related with markup. How these multipliers need to associated with multiplier related with profit, loss, markup. They will be associated with the cost price. They're always on the side of the cost price. They would be always on the side of the cost price, right? Whereas multiplier related with the discount is always that goes with the mark price, or the listed price. That goes with the listed price or the mark price. Hey, what is the outcome on this? Outcome is selling price. Outcome is the selling price. For the first 3, the outcome is the selling price. What is the outcome for the last one? Outcome is the listed price or the mark price, right? Yeah. So this is one tool that we discussed. The second tool that we discussed is, so some questions, all right, they can be brought down to the ratio format. That is cost price by selling price or cost price by mark price, right? You understand after writing some question that you can quickly put it to the ratio perspective and you can analyze it. These are the 2 important tools. Now, whatever be the criticality of the question, it boils down to this more often than not. We saw the applications even through the perspective of the faulty weights, how the faulty weights kind of questions work. I hope all right now you learned the usage of primarily these 2 tools through this particular discussion. I will see you in my next video with some more content and some more concepts as to which are the important tools that you need to consider when you are trying to tackle, when you want to do the questions in the less possible time. All right. So if you have liked it, all right, you can always subscribe and then you can press that bell icon to receive further notifications. So here we go. So these are the courses from the UG perspective that are on offer as of now. So there is an offer of 25% that's going on, and our anniversary about 25% discount, 25% discount. You can reach out to us on our website. So here are the offerings with respect to the test. If you are preparing for your undergraduate program and it's a testing season, we know that the CLAT, IPMAT, and SET, most of the exams are just around the corner. And if you are looking at any of the test series, now here are some of the mock test series covering wide variety of tests. A wide variety of tests like be it SET, be it SLAT, or be it CLAT, CLAT, be it IPMAT Indoor, IPMAT Rohtak. It covers all the spectrums here. So you can go through the website for further details on this. Also, if you are preparing for entrance exams for the next season, that is 22 or year 22 kind of season, so you can also taste our 1 week free trial. You can consider go to press on this hyperlink, then see that you can take 1 week free trial and check it out, the pedagogy, the way already the kind of whether it's program suits you. Okay, so here are some of the details. Great. I'll see you in my next video. Bye till then. Stay blessed.